ABC GameStop apes. I wanted to talk about a few things. Primarily, why I want to be more or less a food YouTube channel. It's happening, slowly but surely. I'm gravitating to become just really honestly a food channel. And it's not just going to be for me, by the way. It's not just going to be like I'm the only one eating. I'm going to be feeding a lot of people, having food challenges. I mean, this is really the final decision. I've been contemplating this probably for about 6 months on the direction I want to go with my YouTube channel, and it's definitely going to be like primarily a food channel. Don't get me wrong. I mean, occasionally, of course, I'm going to be doing my music, and I might throw in a few videos here and there talking about stocks, but it's really, really not going to be that much of it. It's really not going to be that much of it, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. I would say I would say it's going to be a very small percentage. I don't know, man. I'm getting to a point where I just feel like nobody, and this is just my opinion, nobody's on the right direction, and I would have to say a very small percentage. A very, very small percentage of people are on the right direction. And the problem for those people is that even though they're on the wrong direction, because the majority of everybody else is in the wrong direction, they're going to fail. And it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion is that Charles Payne wasn't really wrong. Listen, a lot of people say the word understandment. A lot of people, it technically doesn't exist in the English language. Okay, let me give you an example. I have a friend who's Italian. You understand? And he speaks with a dialect. Okay, so what happens in terms of Italian? He speaks Italian, Sicilian. It's a Sicilian dialect. Now, when he talks, the regular Italians don't understand. They don't understand because even though he's speaking the same language, he's speaking Italian, because of his part of Italy that he comes from with the dialect, they don't understand it. Okay, it's the same thing. There's many words in the Brooklyn, I like to call it Brooklynese. Okay, that we say that's technically not part of the English language. Okay, but if you come from Brooklyn, you get it. You understand it. Like I'll give you an example. If we say something like, I'll just give you like a few things. Trying to think of whatever it is, Maron. If I say to you, forget about it. If I say, if I say, beak your peppers. This is not proper English. You understand? But it's the way we speak. It's the way we speak. All right. So what you're trying to do once again is take someone who talks in a certain type of a dialect or a certain type of, you could say, a territory, that just has a certain way of speaking, and that's it. You're not a part of this. Unfortunately, you're not a part of this environment. You're not a part of people from Brooklyn. I don't even know where you're from. You're probably from somewhere in the UK or something. So, all right, here's an example. I'll give you an example. In England, right? If you want a cigarette, believe it or not, it's called a fag. Okay, here's an example. So, if you were like in England and you wanted a cigarette, you would go up to someone and say, "Excuse me, can I have a fag? Can I have a fag, please?" Right? So then the guy's going to give you a cigarette, right? Now, here's the thing. If you're in Brooklyn and you would say that, someone's going to beat the living shit out of you. You understand? Could you imagine you go up to somebody in Brooklyn and you say, "Excuse me, chief. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. Let me get a fag. Yeah, you want a fag?" Boom! You understand? So the thing is that, and I'm not saying anything derogatory about someone who's a homosexual. I'm talking about cigarettes because once again, I know No matter what I say, you're going to analyze it, you're going to interpret it. Every place that we're in, you understand, throughout the world, okay, there are certain words, there are certain things that maybe don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to them because it's their environment, it's the way they were raised. Stop over analyzing everything. Oh my God. Okay. Did that answer your question, Antonio Miranda? We're not here to speak perfect English. This isn't I don't know what you think this is. We're not at I don't even know. Where do you think we are? That we have to speak perfect English. What is this like like Buckingham friggin' Palace or like what are we at the royal family? Like we're gonna sit down. What are we? Bro, this is just YouTube. This is YouTube. You got a guy like Lou who says, "Go f you, you know who." Okay, all right. Is transmiffidites? Is that a real word? Transmiffidites. This is what Lou says. I don't know where you are, brother. You're in YouTube. You're in YouTube. If you're looking to talk perfect English, go hang out at Harvard or something. I don't know what to tell. Like, what do you? This guy Antonio Morani comes. He comes to YouTube. He's looking to critique everything people says. Go critique Lou. Go critique everything he says. Okay. You're switching to make a food channel. Let me tell you the reason. Let me tell you what's going on, Red Cloud. Let me tell you what's going on. I hate to say this because a lot of people are going to get mad at me, but I have to, the Apefather has to be true, right? I have to be truthful. I can't lie to all of you. Look, see, people like Red Cloud is different. There's a lot of strong, good apes. I consider him to be one of them. He's a really good guy. But unfortunately, like I said, I could count them on my hands in terms of how many, in my opinion, strong AMC apes are left. The majority, like even Antonio Miranda, he's all about scalping, and he thinks he's doing a good thing. Okay, he thinks he's making a little bit of money. He made his original principal back, and he's making a profit. Okay, but what he doesn't understand is that in the grand scheme of things, okay, he's hurting the movement. He's hurting the chances for all of us to have life changing wealth. He's hurting the chances for all of us to have generational wealth. He's helping Citadel. He's helping the hedge funds. But the thing is, it's every ape for themselves. You understand? It's every ape for themselves. So do you see, are you starting to see how we lost the whole movement thing? We've lost it. It's gone. Okay? It's like survival of the fittest now. It's like survival of the fittest. That's it. And see, let me give you an analogy, okay? I actually watched the Discovery Channel a lot, and there was this one particular episode where if you were in the water with a group of people, and let's say that they were sharks, okay? There were sharks surrounding you. They actually said if you all group together, okay, you have a better chance of survival. You have a better chance of survival if all of you are together in a group. Because the shark, believe it or not, has senses and it's going to be nervous. It's going to think that because there's a group of people, okay, it's intimidated in a way. It's like, it doesn't feel, it does. See, a shark wants just a single person, plus you want to be moving. A shark a lot of times attacks something because it thinks it's dead. If you're moving and you're in a group, a lot of times the shark swims away. So, and I actually think, like, you ever watch the movie Gladiator with, Russell Crowe? And remember that part where he says, if we fight together, if we stick together, we have a greater chance of survival. See what's happening with the apes. We're not fighting together. You know what I'm saying? We're not in a group anymore. There's no more group. It's every ape for themselves. That's it. So everybody's doing their own thing. Some people are selling, some people are scalping, you know what I mean? Everyone's doing a different thing. And this is exactly what the hedge funds were hoping for. This is what they wanted to happen, and they win. That's it. You know, like Saw, the movie Saw, where it says game over. It's game over for us because there's no. We're not organized. We're not organized. We're a bunch of idiots, all of us. And you don't understand something. They got this thing down to a science. The hedge funds. They got this thing down to a science. Where what they're gonna do, they're gonna after the 10-for-1 reverse stock split, after we lose 90% of our shares, they're going to scalp this thing down to the oblivion. From what I heard, I don't know if it's true or not. It's alleged. I think Antera sold it ape. I think they're they're making so much money. Now the rumor is that Antera is buying puts on AMC. Okay, so look, it is what it is. That's why it's so just that's a kind of a very long answer of why I want to switch to a food channel. You want to know why I want to switch to a food channel? Because I want to make people laugh, Red Cloud. You know what I mean? I want to make people laugh. I'm tired of, you know what it is? I admit to you, I became very defensive. I became very argumentative because I have certain opinions. I have certain opinions, and I just feel that I have to express those opinions. You know, I can't just keep my mouth shut. I got to express those opinions. But the problem is, I'm starting to realize. I'll give you another analogy. I'll give you another analogy. I drive a lot. You know, I like to drive. How many like a-holes? Thank you, Red Cloud. How many a-holes are driving on the road? How much road rage? I don't know if you encounter. I encounter road rage every single day of my life. And when I was younger, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was younger, I was a maniac. I was a maniac. Somebody would cut me off. Somebody would give me the middle finger. I go chase them. You know, I start screaming out the window. I cut them off. You know, you get to a point, right? I mean, I'm talking about when I was younger. I would never do this with children in the car. I want you to understand. I said when I was younger. Like I'm talking about like when I was like 18, 19 years old. I would never do this with my children in the car. But I just came to the realization where I realized it's not worth it. And the reason why it's not worth it is because there's just too many a-holes. You know, like what I used to drive in Manhattan, you know, a city that's filled with like 8 million people. And I would say every single one of them are jerk offs. So it's like, what are you going to do? You got to get into a fight with every single person. You're going to fight 8 million. It's the same concept with haters. Like, here's an example. It's the same concept with haters. Do you know how much hate I get on my channel? Do you know every single video I put out, there's got to be like 90% hate. And then 10% would be maybe some of the people who like me and find me entertaining, right? But 90% hate. So you get to a point like, you get to the point where like I was originally fighting everybody. You follow me? Like everybody who would attack me, I would attack them back. But then I started realizing why people like Alfred. I would never shut off the comments. Don't worry about that. But I'm just saying I start to understand why Alfred Boston does that. Because it's like, who wants to deal with all of this? Like, who wants to deal with all these people hating on you, you know, criticizing you, ripping you apart? You get to a point where, like, man, I just want to make a video. I just want to express my point of view, you know? But everyone's hating and hating and hating and hating. Everyone's doing their own thing. Everybody's going their own direction. So you just realize it's a losing battle. Why is a food channel a good way to go? Because you want to know why it's a good way to go. It's because ultimately it's funny. It's very, very funny. That's number one. Number two, you're not. There's no more argumentative things going on. Like you're not arguing anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, in a way, don't get me wrong. There's always going to be hate. Like for instance, when I did the 12 patty Whopper, I constantly get this. Apefather, you don't care about your health. Apefather, you're fat. What was the last time you saw your doctor? What was the last time you got your blood checked? There's really no way of getting rid of hate. There's no way. There's always going to be hate, but the thing is, at least it's I would think less hate. It's got to be because it's like you got to find that stuff to be funny. Come on, I mean, unless you are really the most like you got to be the most stuck up loser. And I mean, for you to hate on a guy who's eating 12 whoppers or whatever it is, you're an idiot. I mean, it's funny. It's a joke. It's meant to be entertaining. You know what I mean? So that anyway, I'm not going to be the only one who eats. I'm not going to be the only one. Eventually, I'm going to start. I'm going to start off the channel where primarily it's just me. But eventually, it's going to be other people. Like I'm going to be giving people food challenges. So I might say to you, like whatever it is, if you could eat, if you could eat a 100 ounce steak or something, I'll give you like $1,000 or what. I'm gonna figure out something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not see one thing about the difference between me and like Mr. Beast. I like Mr. Beast a lot. I think that he's a great guy. I really do. I think he's the best YouTuber. I think that, and not just because he's the most successful. He's got a good heart. He's a philanthropist. But at the same time, I would like to make people work for the money a little bit. Like you got, like here's an example, like Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi has a restaurant in New Jersey. It's called the Soul Kitchen. So the whole point is you could come into this restaurant and eat for free. You can eat for free. But, he'll say to you, look, you don't have money. Help me wash some of the dishes. Help me maybe like mop the floors. So in other words, you're earning it. He's not just giving you. I actually think that's a really good concept. I think it's a great concept because it's like he's giving you an opportunity to eat, but all he's saying is help me out a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I kind of like think that's the right approach, and that's kind of what I would like to do with my YouTube channel. I would like to have somebody do something in order to get the money. Like I don't just want to just walk up to someone and hand them $10,000, right? He's like, just hey, here's $10,000. God bless. No, no, no. They got to do something for it. They got to earn it. They got to earn the money. So that's kind of like where I'm going with my channel. You'll see over a very short period of time, it's slowly but surely gravitating to all food. But anyway, let me just check out some of the comments. I am a truck driver. A lot of idiots on the road, Red Cloud says. He knows what I'm talking about. This is the thing, Antonio, with Lou. Look, listen to me. At the end of the day, you want to know why people watch Lou? Listen to me. It's really, really very simple why people watch Lou. Okay? Lou finds the hottest trend or the hottest thing to talk about. And what he does is he makes it his own. He makes it his own. He tries to make it like he's the guy recommending it. Now, what happens is that if something goes well, which in Lou's case is a very rare commodity, nothing really goes well for Lou. But in a very rare instance where something like for instance, I'll give you an example, GTII. So Lou started talking about that thing when it was like what, 60 cents, right? The thing went up to like what, $9, $10. Really, Lou, it was a home run. Now, it really wasn't his play. I think he got it from that guy Bill, but he makes it his own. Okay, but it was a home run. It was a home run call for Lou. But the thing is, of course, Lou can't leave it at that. He can't just leave it at that. Lou had to say that GTII was going to have a two-tier squeeze. It was going to go to 40 to 80, then it was going to go to 300. And then, of course, we saw what happened with GTII. Okay. So, then Lou has to be the theatrics. I'm going to grow my beard until GTII reaches 100. But that's where he goes wrong. You see what I'm trying to say? See, Lou's gotta sometimes just stop. How can I say this? Exaggerating. Just like I actually think that Lou would be one of the biggest YouTubers. You want to hear something? Lou would be one, at least in the financial sector. Lou would be one of the biggest YouTubers if he would just stop exaggerating everything. Like if he would have just left it alone and he would have said, "Look, GTII, I'm calling it at 60 cents," and the thing went to $10. If he would have just left it at that, Lou would have been painted a hero. He would have been like a Superman. They would have said, "You're Rambo, you're John J. Rambo." Okay, but once again, he has to exaggerate, and that's the downfall of Lou. See, it's the same. If you want to know something, it's the same concept of what he did with AMC. You know, Lou was involved in AMC when it was at very, very low prices. AMC went up to $72 a share, right? So once again, Lou could have claimed victory. Same thing with Clove. When Clove had a run up, he could have claimed victory. But what does Lou always do? His brackets, Clove's gonna go to 500. AMC's gonna, bracket number one, 500 to 1,000. Bracket number two, 1,500 to 2,000. Bracket number three, the sky's the limit. So because he keeps doing that, unfortunately, he makes himself look like a con man. He makes himself look like a fraud. Then he goes to the next level. He lost a lot of viewership. He lost a lot of viewership. Now he's saying he wants people to buy his merchandise. What happened to the Lou who said, "I never want money from anybody"? Do you remember that Lou? Who remembers that Lou? "I will never take any money from the apes." Well, now if you go to his channel, he has a store, the Lou store, where you could buy, go F your, mother hats, go F your mother coffee mugs. So once again, he's proving that he's a grifter. I mean, this dude just wants to make money. Thank you, honey. My wife just brought me up something to drink. But the thing is that Lou is just pure out. He's just a fraud. Look. It's like I said to you. Look, he talks about the hottest trend. He talks about the hottest trend. If it works out, he takes full credit. If he doesn't work out, he comes up with every excuse in the book of why it's not his fault. And that's it. That's what he does. It seems like it works for him. Listen to me, Ape Daddy. You continue to say this stuff. I guess it makes you happy. I guess you get some form of entertainment. There's this lunatic, you know, who keeps saying that I had a court date, that I had to meet with a judge, and the implication of what he's saying is that I requested money to buy a car. I've already explained all of this to all of you. If you could prove that I asked money from a judge, I don't know. It's like this is the haters. They keep going over this. They just keep. If you could prove that I asked money from a judge to actually take money out of my children's trust to buy a car, I already said it on the record. I will give you $1 million. Are you ready? You know the $1 million I got coming in? That $1 million is going to go to you. Okay. You will be $1 million richer. Okay. But you see, this is the thing with these haters. Instead of them proving it, right? Instead of them actual showing evidence, do you know what these haters do? They just keep repeating themselves and repeating themselves and repeating themselves with absolutely no evidence, with absolutely no proof. But this is what I guess this is what their life is. This is a form of entertainment for them. It makes them very happy. How did they expose me? Tell me how. How did they expose me with what? What did they expose me with? All I know is this. Are you ready? All I know is that I have not touched 1 cent of my children's trust. I have not used my children's money to buy a car. Okay. So I don't expose me with what, you know? Hey, Tommy's got some graviola. Um, Good for you, brother. I mean, I know you got the powder. My wife, she eats the fruit, sour sop, and she also has the tea. But I'm sure that the powder is just as good. Antonio, you don't really follow too much about the Ape Father. You know that we have a certain settlement coming in. You don't really follow my videos too much, which is okay. Listen, Ape Daddy, you can continue to do this all day long. It's fine. I already told you. Listen, how about this? Once again, how about this? Why don't you do yourself a favor? Why don't you do yourself a favor? Listen to me. Send me a link that shows the following. If Richard Lavoie requested, this is what I want to see, money from his children's trust, and he requested that because you have to be transparent in the court. You understand that, right? You have to give the court an indefinite reason. You have to give and it has to benefit, by the way. If you request money, there has to be a direct benefit to your children. Buying a car is not a direct benefit to your children. So if you could provide me with some sort of evidence that stipulates I went to a court on a court date, I requested money to buy and you can tell Dynamic Synergistics the same thing. Okay, there's another guy, Crypto Fan. He says that he has the proof too. Okay, so all of you will make money from me. Show me that I requested money to buy a car with my children's money. Do that. Do that. But how come you're not doing it? How come you're not doing it? All you guys are doing is you keep posting messages. It's like that's it. Every video I see, every video, I go from one video, I go to the next video, I go to the next video. I keep seeing Ape Father went to court and asked the judge for money to buy a car. I keep seeing the same post over and over and over, but I don't see any evidence. Like here's an example. I could do the same thing to you. You know what I could say, Ape Daddy Dingleberries? I could say the same thing. I could say Ape Daddy Dingleberries was found at the Bates Motel, as an example, with Chad Clifford, you understand, in Commander 35, and pictures were taken of them having intense, sweaty, manly love. Okay? So now here's the thing. I could just keep posting that, I could post it everywhere. Now here's the thing though. You might say to me, can you provide me with the proof? Can you provide me with pictures? Can you provide me with evidence that I was at the Bates Motel having manly, hot, steamy love with Chad Clifford and Commander 35? So if I can't provide you with that proof, then it's all hearsay, right? It's all speculation. So that's all you're doing. All you're doing is you're posting the same message. There's nothing to back it up. There's no evidence. So just that's it. I'm not deflecting. Show me evidence. Let me ask you a question. Who agrees here in this live stream? Don't you feel that a person should actually provide evidence? But you know what I mean? Like you ever hear this thing called innocent until proven guilty? Did you ever hear that before? Okay. So why can't you provide evidence? If this is all factual, if this is all the truth, provide evidence. But you're not providing any evidence. So you could say, you know what's great about these haters? They could say anything about me. They could say anything they want. They could say, Ape Father was found in a gay bar like Vito from The Sopranos. They could say, He was dancing to YMCA from the Village People. It's like, in other words, you could say anything you want. You know, you could say a father was found, walking down the street naked, whatever. Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? You got to have proof. Anyway, I'll stop with this. Like I said, brother, Ape Daddy, listen to me. I don't know how many more times I have to say this. I was never notified by my attorney of any court dates. I did not appear in a court on January 17th. All right, I'm answering your question. My lawyer did not contact me so if there is, I'll tell you what, if you found something online, maybe look, it could have been a parking ticket. I think I was, here's an example. I think I might have got a parking ticket that I might have forgot to pay. I remember we went to like Long Beach Island. They had I took my kids on the rides over there. They have in Beach Haven. Yeah. I think I might have got a parking. I forgot. I think I lost it. I gotta call up. I gotta call up motor vehicles. I gotta see. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there was a court date regarding some sort of a ticket or something. And again, listen to me. I don't even look. I don't even know if that's even the case. But I can guarantee you this: there is no court date in relevance to my children's trust. There is no court date that I requested any money or that I took any money from my children's trust. That never happened. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it had to do with a parking ticket. I got to do some research on it. What are you talking? Show me the link. Are you going to send me the link to this? Please. You keep saying the same things over and over again. Okay, listen to me. Send me the link. Send me the link. I want to see it. Here's my email address: Richard, RICHARD, L is in Larry, E is in Edward, 101 at gmail.com. Send me the link of whatever you found. Guys are psychopaths. Antonio Miranda, once again, listen to me. Everyone keeps saying this, but no one is. Why aren't they providing me with a link? You understand? Like, look, I'll give you an example. Okay. Me and Teddy Time made peace. Okay. Me and Teddy Time made peace. But we one time had a very, very big beef. Okay. And I mean, I hope he doesn't get mad at me because we made peace and I'm bringing up the past. I'm bringing up the past. But I just want to do it to kind of show you what I've been going through on YouTube. One time, Teddy Time made this very, very bad accusation. Okay. He said to me, Apefather, I found online that you were taking money from your children's trust. So once again, I flipped out on Teddy Time. I went crazy. I said, this is a lie. This is not, this is slander. I told him to take the video down. We got this, we went to this like major beef, right? So I said to Teddy Time, I said, send me the link. Send me the link. Okay. Eventually he did. And it was just a link. You want to know what it was? That I have a trust for my children that was set up by my father. That's it. In other words, it was a link from the probate court stipulating that a trust has been established. So I said to Teddy Time, he winded up apologizing to me. He winded up becoming my good friend. I said to Teddy Time, I'm like, Teddy, you were making videos saying that you had a link saying that I requested money, you know what I mean, for my children's trust. The only link that you provided is that a trust has been established. Like that's all he provided. And I'm like, but you're making a video saying that I'm taking money from my children. So anyway, we made the peace. He apologized, whatever. Okay. This is the same thing that's happening now with dynamic synergistics. And it's the same thing that's happening with this Ape Daddy, Ape Berries, whatever his name is. Okay. Listen to me. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. My lawyer never notified me of any date, but I can assure you I was never in court requesting money from my children's trust. So that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay? That's it. Show me the link, send it to me, let me check it out. All right. So it's you sent it to my email address. Let me check. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I actually want to check this out. Hold on 1 second. Just checked my email. I didn't receive anything, Antonio. So when you say you sent it, where did you send it to? I didn't. I did not see any email. No, I just went off the live and I went to my email. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. No email was sent. So I don't know. You guys are all crazy. You posted it above. Let me see. Okay, where did you post it? I'm looking. Is there actually a link that you posted? Where's the link? I don't see. I'm looking for a link. I'm not seeing any link. No link was posted. I just keep seeing dynamic synergistics. That dynamic synergistics. Tell dynamic synergistics. I ready. It's a very simple thing to do. Okay. Email me at Richard RICHARD L is in Larry, E is in Edward 101 at gmail.com. Tell Dynamic Synergistics I will send this to my attorney and I'll have them look at it. That's it. Anybody can post anything they want. See, let me give you all an example. Okay. We live in such a terrible, terrible world. The internet is the garbage of the world. The internet is the garbage can of the world. And I'll tell you why. I remember one time a good friend of mine, he owned a restaurant. All right, let me just give you an example, okay? And he got into some kind of a fight with somebody, a customer. I don't know exactly what it was. I think the customer either didn't like the food, the customer wanted a refund. Okay. My friend was like, there was no reason to give him a refund. The guy ate all his food. Like in other words, if the guy didn't like my friend's point is if he didn't like his food, why did he finish his whole plate? Now my friend was like, if we would have gave him back the food and it was like he didn't eat the food, he would have refunded him the money. But in this particular instance, the customer ate the entire dinner. They ate all the food on the plate, and he was screaming that he wanted a refund. So my friend was like, "Look, I'm not giving you a refund. All right, you ate all the food." Long story short, the next day, the guy goes online. He says that there was a rat in this guy. You can post reviews about restaurants. He said there was a rat in the guy's restaurant. There was a friggin' a cockroach in his food. Okay, and literally people believe this. So people read these reviews, and I saw people commenting. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm never going to this restaurant." Next thing, the guy, I think he actually even got a call from the Board of Health that they wanted to do an inspection because, I mean, the guy actually sent this link to the Board of Health. I mean, it just goes to show you, like, look, the same thing happened to me, man. People called up Child Protective Services on my family. Some lunatic on the internet, right? Some lunatic on the internet called up Child Protective Services. They said, out of all things, right? They said I was starving my children. This was the claim was. This woman from Child Protective Services went to both my daughter's school, they went to my son's school, and they informed the principal of this. They came to my house. They checked my refrigerator. They checked everything. Right. They said you have a lot of food here. I said I know. I said I feed my children very very well, and that was it. It ended. But it's just that this people are crazy in this world, man. They're just crazy. They just I don't know what people get out of this stuff. I had the DoorDash, people are just they're psychos, man. What can I tell you? They're lunatics. And once again, this is another attempt by these haters to try in some way to discredit me, to try to hurt me. It listen to me, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because you want to know what they say when you're innocent and you got nothing to hide, then you have nothing to worry about. I have nothing to hide. I would never take money away from my family. I would never take money away from my children. I have absolutely nothing to hide. So that's it. All right, you're just gonna continue saying this. What's up, CC? I gotta put this subject to rest now. I think I answered your questions. I think I was very, transparent and everything. It just gets to the point where it becomes redundant. Becomes redundant. It's like you just want to keep repeating it and repeating it. So I'm not talking about it no more. I'll check it after the live stream, Antonio. I'll check the email. You know what he probably found? He probably, if anything, there might have been like a parking ticket or something. I'm telling you, I think I remember something where, like, I saw something like that. I think it's like some sort of a parking ticket or something. Okay, that's what it is. He probably found that, and he's making a big gigantic deal over it. Dynamic synergistics because he's a psychopath. Yeah, but anybody, Antonio, listen to me. Anybody can make an accusation. I can make an accusation about anybody. It doesn't just because you make an accusation doesn't mean it's true, right? I mean, anybody can say anything. You know, I could say dynamic synergistics is into bestiality. Here's an accusation. Are you ready? I can say dynamic synergistics goes to a friend of his that owns a farm, and the farm has chickens and roosters, horses, and dynamic synergistics. Let's just say gets down on it, likes that horse is schlong. You know what I mean? Listen, right? Would you agree I could say that? Okay. So now here's the thing. Dynamic synergistics might flip out and say, "How dare you? How dare you imply that I like to play with a horse's schlong?" Right? Okay. So now he might want something called evidence. He's like, "Do you have any type of video coverage of this? Do you have any type of proof that I am playing with a horse's slug?" Okay. So now the thing is, if I can't provide the evidence, right, then that's it. It's proven that it's not true. So in other words, we could all say things about each other. Once again, when you say there's a court docket online, my attorney never contacted me. That's it. So a court docket about what? Is it a parking ticket? Let me here. Once again, I'm going to go off the live stream because Antonio said he said something. Let me go check my email. Give me a. Okay, so I just read the email that Antonio Morales sent me. And all it says, okay, is that my children are the benefit. This is what it says, okay? It says, my father is deceased. This is what it says. Richard P. Lavoie is deceased. It said personal representative, which I am. See, you have to have, okay, a trustee and a trustor. You have to have, in other words, I am the administrator. I've already explained this 100 times. I am the administrator of my father's estate. I am the executor. Okay. So I am, this is the thing. I represent my children. Okay. But it clearly, if you go to Dynamic Synergistics community page, it clearly states, clearly, are you ready? That the beneficiaries is Michael and Sophia. Okay, it clearly states this. All I am is I am the administrator, I am the executor. That's it. That's it. That oversees this. Okay, but it clearly states it. Go to Dynamic Synergistics page. It clearly states on the bottom that Michael and Sophia are the beneficiaries. Then it says something. You know what it is? They do reviews. I was My phone died, the battery died. I apologized. Um, so anyway, just getting back because this live stream sucks. It's complete accusations, complete lies, complete slander. I went to Dynamic Synergistics page. Antonio Miranda sent me an email. Okay, my phone again, my battery in my phone died. I had to put it on the charger. Sorry, I apologize about that. All it stipulates is that my children are the heirs, Michael and Sophia of the trust. I explained to all of you, I am the executor, I am the administrator of everything, of my father's estate, of the trust. And that's it. And I guess all it, because my lawyer didn't notify me of anything. Sometimes what it is they do reviews. Okay. So all this thing, this date that you're seeing is probably a review because periodically we send them paperwork, of all the updates on the trust. That's something my attorney handles, by the way. I don't handle that. My attorney handles that. Okay. So, I don't, if I had to appear in court, you follow me? If I had to appear in court, my attorney would contact me. He would contact me and he would say, Richard, there is an upcoming court date. You need to appear in court. And he would let me know that. I have never been contacted by my attorney. I have not been in court. I have not gone to court. So what you might be just seeing is they do a certain review at certain points where that's done. That's he didn't even. You want to laugh? My attorney didn't even inform me of this. So it must be something that is of such little importance that he didn't even my attorney didn't even bother to acknowledge it, to let me know about this. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. The only thing that's on Dynamic Synergistics page is that my children are the beneficiaries of the trust. I'm the executor, I'm the administrator of the trust because obviously these are my children, right? And that they might have been doing a review. That's it. That's there's nothing. There was no mention that I appeared in court. There was no I was looking for certain type of evidence. There was nothing that said I appeared in court. There was nothing that said that I requested money from a judge. There was nothing that said I requested money to purchase a car. And if you don't believe me, listen to me. Go to Dynamic Synergistics, go to his community page, and you could look for yourself and see it for yourself. Yeah, but listen to me. You don't understand something. They do reviews. You follow me? This is something that is done through my attorney. Okay, that's it. They do reviews of the trust. So my attorney he didn't even notify me about this. This is something that probably had nothing to do with me. That it was probably just like they appointed certain people to conduct a review of assets. That's it. My attorney handles that. Like that's it. What do you want from me? What is this? What's good is a trust when your kids have a father who's killing himself? See, once again, none. Can I tell you something, brother? Let me tell you something, and I don't want you to get upset at what I'm about to say, okay? I have very, very good genes. Okay. I have very good genes, and I am healthy as an ox. There is nothing unhealthy about me, brother. I'm sorry to break this to you. I am healthy as an ox. Now, you got to look yourself in the mirror, okay? And you got to say to yourself, are you perfect? Okay? Because I'll tell you a story. I have a friend of mine. His name is Joey from Brooklyn. His name is Joey from Brooklyn. He's a vegan. He's a vegan, okay? Every time he sees me eat, every time he sees me eat, he does the same thing you do, none. He says, I'm killing myself. He doesn't understand why I eat the way I eat. But then I say to him, Joey, how many packs of Marlboro Red did you smoke today? He's like, I smoked 4 packs of Marlboro Red. I smoked 4. He's a vegan, but he smoked 4 packs of cigarettes. So I said, Joe, don't you think that's unhealthy? He says, well, I'm losing weight. I'm skinny, all this shit. I'm like, you're skinny, but you're smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Okay. So everybody in some way should, like, none, don't take this the wrong way, brother. How do I not know? I don't know anything about your life. How do I know if you might be an alcoholic? None. You might be a drug addict, or you might be a recovery drug addict. I mean, I don't know anything about you, brother. I don't know anything about you. You might be having sex with prostitutes, not wearing condoms. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk off, but I literally have no idea about you, brother. I don't know how you live. I don't, how do I know that you don't have a friggin', how do I know that you don't have a health condition, right? That could be serious. No, but I'm asking you, like, how do I know that you weren't born with a heart defect? How do I know that you weren't born with a brain defect? How do I know, like right now, you might? How do I know that you're not a diabetic? How do I know anything about you? I don't know nothing about you. Maybe you're shooting blanks. Listen to me, right? Maybe your sperm is not working. Okay, so this is the. I don't know anything about you. Okay. So unless you're willing, at the end of the day, listen to me, unless you're willing to be completely transparent with me and tell me your entire medical history. I don't know if you have cancer. I don't know if you have a heart condition. I don't know. I don't know if you smoke. I don't know if you're an alcoholic. I don't know if you're going down the Lou route where Lou with Tyrone and Jamal with Manly Stevie Love. I don't know anything about you. So unless you're completely transparent with your health, then you can criticize me all day. You could criticize me all day, but you probably know deep down in your heart if you have a medical condition. You know deep down in your heart if you're doing something unhealthy, right? So do me a favor, stop judging other people. Stop judging other people. All right? Isn't it that simple? Stop judging other people. Richard, you're smarter than that, man. I don't, what man? It's not that, listen to me. Have you ever met a person in this world that is very critical and very judgmental, but then they're not judgmental and critical to themselves? And this includes my own father. Listen, you want me to tell you something about my father? My father used to yell at me with the way that I eat. He did. He used to tell me all the time, you go out to restaurants too much, you eat too much. Okay? But then I would tell my father, you know what I would say to him? I said, Dad, you smoke 4 packs. My father smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Okay? And every single time I would tell my father, Dad, you got to stop smoking. You know what he would say to me? Don't tell me what to do. He said to me, it's my life. I'm going to do what I want to do. He goes, my grandfather lived, he was 96 years old. The doctor used to come. This is what my father used to tell me. The doctor would come and check him out because he smoked. This is now my great grandfather, right? And he outlived the doctor. My great grandfather outlived the doctor. The doctor winded up dropping dead before my great grandfather. So my father always had this way of thinking that he could smoke. He's like, my grandfather lived until he was like 96. Leave me alone. Get off my ass. Okay. Well, my father died. My father died, and it was a direct result of cigarettes. It was a direct result of tobacco, nicotine. Okay. So the point I'm trying to say, and may he rest in peace, by the way. God bless him. The point I'm trying to say is every single person in this world, in some way, shape, or form, does something that is not healthy for them. I don't care. There is nobody who's living like you're like the Dalai Lama. Listen, let's be honest with each other. Who you're telling me that there's nothing you do that's unhealthy? You're telling me that you're perfect? All of you? Okay. No. Okay. So stop being critical of other people. Stop being critical of other people. I don't judge people. All right. I don't judge people. I call out something when I feel it's wrong. Now listen, there's a thing called the First Amendment. You ever hear of it before? You ever hear of the Constitution of the United States? Okay. Whether you like this or whether you don't, I have the constitutional right, okay, of the freedom of it's the First Amendment, freedom of speech, that if I want to express an opinion as a United States citizen, I am a citizen of this country, I have the right under the First Amendment, okay, a freedom of speech to express my opinion. That's it. You also have that right. You have that right. You have that right to say that, Rich, I think you're very unhealthy. I don't like the way you eat. You have that right. But there's a difference between your opinion and fact. See, this is where I'm going. There's a difference between opinions and fact. This guy is still talking about this doc. You're still talking about this document, even though I just debunked it. I just proved you wrong. You're still talking about it. This is what I'm saying. It's like you're all psychopaths. You're all lunatics. All that document stipulated, once again, was that my children are the heirs of a trust set up for my father. I am the executor, the administrator of that trust and of my father's estate. And it possibly was. They told me this already. They told me this. My lawyer informed me that they do reviews. They do reviews, but that's something he handles. That's why he didn't contact me. No, but I'm just trying to make you understand. All it probably was, you know what you're reading? You're reading that they set up a review. That's it. So there was people assigned to review the trust. They do that. They review the assets. But if you look at that, if you look at the dynamic synergistics post, right? Where did it say I had to appear in court? Where did it say that I requested money? Where did it say this? Tell me where. Can someone please point out where it said it? Where it said I had to appear in court. Where did it say that I requested money to purchase a car? See, this is what you guys keep saying. You keep saying the same things over and over again. You keep saying that I had to appear in court. You keep saying that I asked the judge for an advance. I asked the judge for money. Can someone send me that link? Send me where it says that. You can't do it, right? You can't do it because I'm not an heir. I'm not an heir. I'm the executor. I am the administrator. Okay, let me try to educate all of you because you people are psychopaths. Okay, when someone passes away, listen to me. Let me educate you. It's important for me to educate all of you. There is someone who is called the executor. Look this up. You understand? The administrator of the estate, the executor. Do you know what the executor's job is? The executor's job is to distribute the assets, okay, that was set forth in the will. That's it. It was set forth in the will. What was set forth in the will? It was my father's wishes, okay, to open a trust for his grandchildren. So they have me, whatever you want to call me, you can call me whatever you want. It was my responsibility to set forth that trust. I had to establish the trust. I had to put funds into trust. I had to get an attorney to oversee it. I had to get the attorney to inform the courts. And that's it. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. It clearly states this guy's writing I'm an heir. Do you see my children's name on it, you friggin' jackass? It clearly states beneficiaries, Michael and Sophia. It clearly states this, but I can't argue about this anymore. Let's talk about something else. Oh my God, I can't. I can't talk about this anymore. This whole live stream sucks. I'm ending it. I can't even talk to you people. I can't. This is a reason why I'm changing my channel to a food channel. Do you want to know the major reason why? Because it's like, you know what? This is just not fun for me, man. It's not fun. All it is arguing. All it is fighting. You know what? I don't even think I'm going to do live streams anymore. You know what? I'm not. I'm not doing it no more. Because all you people want to do is fight. All you people want to do is argue. That's all you want to do. You know, we could have fun, you know what I mean? We could talk about a million things. We could talk about challenges, food challenges. I could even offer you a food challenge where you can make money. Okay? But all you guys want to do is fight. I'm ending the live stream. I don't even think I'm going to do anymore. I'm tired. You're all assholes. You're all assholes. I'm out.